my
give
resume.
any money. I gave Lafayette money.
Exactly.
Now, hold on.
Number 2 focus.
Okay.
The number 2 focus of rookie minicamp.
Okay. You say.
So the number 1 is don't get people injured. They're already going to forget that one and risk it. The number 2 focus, I think Kyle's going to be on the same page with me on this one. It's the Trey Lance offense, the Trey Lance package. Clearly, the things the Niners are going to be doing with him whenever he becomes a starter are going to be different than whatever they did with Jimmy Garoppolo and CJ Beathard because they're different quarterbacks. And so instead of just Xeroxing the installation from last year's OTAs and having Trey Lance do whatever Nick Mullins and Jimmy Garoppolo were doing the last 3 years, there needs to be new stuff, and they need to practice that from day one. This is all about drills and practicing what you're going to be doing down the line. They need to do that. And I want to be there and I want to be able to watch and say, okay, that right there is something new, something that Jimmy and Mullins and Beathard weren't doing the last few years. They're making it a point of emphasis. They're going to practice it every day. So what is that thing? I don't think they're going to be doing like the option, the zone read all the time. That's not what it is. Like that's what New England did with Jim Plunkett. Remember? They got Jim Plunkett hurt because they had him go in and run the option. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. It took the Raiders to figure out, let's protect him. The Ravens run Lamar Jackson all the time. He was the 32nd pick in the draft. Trey Lance is the franchise. 3 first-round picks. They have to really protect him. So they don't necessarily use him like a running back, but what they're going to do is the bootleg stuff, the throwing on the run, the moving the pocket, the stuff that you never saw with Jimmy Garoppolo because he's the slowest quarterback in the league. You're going to see that. I want to see Trey Lance rolling left, rolling right, firing downfield while on a mobile platform, not a stationary platform. I want to see that. And if any day they don't do that is a wasted day, in my opinion.
So, Iggy, in a sense, they're going to have 2 different offenses. They're going to have the Trey Lance offense and the Garoppolo offense.
Yes.
And there's going to be big differences between them. And it's up to Kyle to be creative and not to say, oh, I'm going to do what I did with Jimmy, but now with this guy. If he does that, it's a failure of imagination.
Absolutely. I'm speaking from experience. When I broke into this job, I was covering Harbaugh, and he had Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. And I saw him prepare both of them differently. Alex Smith was the veteran starter. Colin Kaepernick was the backup, but he didn't prepare Colin to just do what Alex does. Like, hey, you're Alex's backup. You have to learn Alex's offense. The thing with Colin was, you're the future of the franchise. So we're going to have you learn your own stuff at your own pace. And the backup's basically going to be Scott Tolzien. Scott Tolzien is going to do all the understudy work. He's going to learn Alex's offense. He's going to run the scout team stuff. And we're going to let Colin Kaepernick learn and grow into his thing so that, because he's the most important thing in this franchise, he's the future. That's what the Niners have to do with Trey Lance. You don't throw him out there and be like, learn Jimmy's offense. Do what Jimmy does. What's the point? No. It's all about getting Trey Lance ready for however they're going to use him. He's unique. They've never had a quarterback like him. How are they going to feature his unique skill sets? I can't wait to see it because his dad did a good job of that stuff. Did it with Steve Young, did it with John Elway, did it with Jake Plummer, always getting him outside the pocket. Kyle's turn.